This is my experience. First, I remember I was running around outside trying to find my husband. When a wave of nausea hit me, I went inside to lie down on the couch upstairs. I must have passed out then. The next thing I recall is staring up at my husband as he was yelling and slapping me to try to wake me up. It was strange because I felt throughout this entire experience like I was in my body, and, even though my eyes were shut, I could still see him. In a way, I was not really there. Yet I could feel, hear, and see everything going on around me. I saw mostly my husband screaming and slapping me, trying to wake me up. And I was screaming back at him to stop hitting me. I kept yelling, "I'm awake, I'm fine." I was yelling for what seemed like 10 minutes, when I realized that he couldn't hear me, that no one could hear me. I knew what was happening, but I was paralyzed and I couldn't do anything about it, couldn't move, couldn't speak, nothing. Things started to fade and I remember thinking, wow, this is it. I'm leaving my daughter and my husband right now. With this thought, I started to panic and kick and scream, but, of course, my body wouldn't move. Then things started to lighten again and I remember waking up abruptly, throwing my arms around my husband and telling him how I had just had a horrible experience. I told him that I knew he had been trying to wake me up, everything I have just written here. He carried me downstairs and laid me down. As he walked away, I drifted off again, and the whole thing started over again. He was slapping me and yelling my name. I remember hearing him crying, saying that my skin was ice cold and that I was barely breathing at all. Then he dialed 911. When the paramedics arrived, I could hear them talking and see them opening my eyes and shining lights into them. But my body was 100% unresponsive. I remember hearing an emergency medical technician say that he didn't know what was going to happen to me. During the entire experience at the hospital, I could feel every needle and tube penetrating my body. I was freezing cold but didn't shiver. I was scared shirtless *, screaming inside me every moment of this entire experience. I didn't know if I was dreaming or if it was all real. I felt like in the movies when people get a shot that paralyzes them. They know everything that's going on, but just can't move a muscle or say a word. Frantic. Helpless. I have read stories from other people in situations like this. And I don't understand why I didn't feel peaceful like they did, why I was so scared. Maybe I was just stuck in between, or something. I remember feeling a heating blanket being thrown on me and thinking that it was the most amazing feeling in the world. The room got lighter, I became calmer, and okay with what was happening. Until finally I tried to move my hand, and it actually moved. The nurse came running over and I was aware of them all watching me, as I started moving it more. Eventually, I opened my eyes, and immediately started crying hysterically until my husband got there.